Hi guys, we are going to do a big project today. So barely fits in the screen. I don't have a taller stand for my camera, so this is what we're going to do. This is a window, and we're going to put this fun little watering can and then the sunflowers at the top. So we'll start with the watering can and the stems, and then the sunflowers, I've cut them out of wood and I have base coated them with an acrylic paint, just a light buttermilk color. So I'm going to set those to the side. We will do those last. We'll work on this first. So this is a non-chalk couture surface, so I need to wax it. It has been painted with chalkboard paint. It's an old window that I bought from someone at a craft show. So I am taking some of our Howard's Premium Paste Wax. This is just from Home Depot. You could use whatever you have. If you have Minwax, you could use that. You just need a little bit on here so your transfer doesn't completely stick to it. You don't want to ruin your transfer. Your transfers are reusable. So I'm just wiping on some of the wax, and then I'm going to wipe off. This is just an old rag that I use over and over just for waxing. And then you're going to take a paper towel and you're going to wipe off your wax as much as you can. You're just wanting a thin layer in there. And I see some scratches on my board, but I'm okay with that. That will be covered with the sunflowers, so don't worry about that. And plus, this is one of those projects that's just rustic. So we'll start with our watering can first. You can't see my chalk paste. I have them already. They're to the side, but this project's so huge, there's no room. This is Storm, and our chalk paste needs to be the consistency of sour cream or yogurt. This is our large super stash. Some of our colors come in 8 ounce. Most of them are 3 ounce. The only ones that come in the 8 ounce are Storm, Bright White, and our Black Velvet. So I need to fuzz this. I have used this before, but I am going to go ahead and fuzz it because I think that it may stick. So it's still really sticky. It was used one time. So on the larger transfers, you're going to peel it back. I like to fold my corner under. This one didn't have it yet. You're going to peel it and fold half of it open, and you're going to put it onto either a towel or this fuzzing cloth that is from Chalk Couture. This is our new fuzzing cloth. These are currently out of stock, but they will be getting them back in. An easy way to do is to pull your fuzzing cloth from your transfer. Okay, so then we're going to put this back on here, and we're going to do the other side. Working with a large transfer can be a challenge sometimes, so this is the easiest way to do this, I have found. So we're going to pull this up. Let's pull this out first. See? What am I telling you? It can be a challenge. Don't fret. Don't panic. Just take a deep breath and restart. So this is not supposed to be stressful. This is supposed to be fun and easy and relaxing. So lay your fuzzing cloth on there, and then go ahead and you can pull it from there, or you could pull your transfer off. Okay, so now we are going to peel our transfer from our backer sheet. I am just going to go like this. I know that's upside down. I'm going to flip it. I'm peeling my backer off, and I have an X on the back of it telling me do not stick this back on this side. We are going to put this down here. It's going to go close to the bottom so that we have lots of room for our sunflowers. And it barely fits in here. It is almost the same width as this window. So we're just trying to get it even before I start pressing it down. Then you're going to start from the center and you're going to go out. And I think that's close enough. It's not completely even, but that's okay. I'm not going to sit and measure it. I like to eyeball things. If I'm off, I'm just off. So there's more to worry about in life than an 1/8 or a 1/16 of an inch. So this is our multi-tool. It's great to stir up these big super stash jars. I'm just going to plop some here and there. And then I'm going to use our handled squeegee. Our handled squeegee is great for big areas. This is our handled squeegee. And I'm just going to start working my chalk paste, filling in all of my silk screen areas. These do have silk screens in them. They are similar to a stencil, but very different because they give you a nice, crisp image underneath. So you're going to start smoothing it out, put the excess back into your jar. You're going to go over it again and just keep smoothing. And then go ahead and go from the bottom. This is a large one, so you want to make sure that you have it as smooth as you can before you pull this transfer. This transfer is going to go directly into a water bath, which a water bath is simply a container of water. I'm going to pull this from side to side or top to bottom. And there is our little watering can. Okay, I put my transfer into a water bath. I'm going to dry my hands. I pushed it down so that it is down under the water and the chalk paste will not dry in the silk screen. You're going to dry this area. So this is an industrial heat gun. This is from Uline. You can use a hair dryer or a craft heat gun. And then you're going to return it to room temperature. You don't want your board to be hot when you do the next part. Okay, so the next part is our leaves that we're going to do. We're going to just have them kind of sticking out. I want this to be at a little diagonal at the bottom. So I'm going to have it going out like that and then like that. So I think I'm going to put just a little bit of chalk paint or the blue painter's tape so that this can go maybe more of an angle. Maybe like that. So it's kind of coming out of the water can. I'm not going to stress too much. If it overlaps it a little bit, I can touch that up. I'm going to fuzz this. I've used this one a couple of times, but I'm still going to fuzz it. Going to fold my corners under so it's easier to pull. That is just what I do. Not everyone does that. So we're going to have 3 flowers. So we need to get 3 stems in here. I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but we're going to try our best. So I want one at an angle like that as much as possible. I'm trying to line it up down here. I should wait and do this part. That's what I'll do. I have to do these 3 one right after another, so that will be a challenge also. So I'm going to use our green Envy, and I'm going to press out any air bubbles. So we're going to do one. I got to dry it quick. Do the next 2. Hopefully this works. I haven't tried this before, but life is about trying new things, right? If you don't try, you will never know. You have to try, and if you fail, then figure out what you need to do the next time, right? Don't just stay there. You need to pick yourself up and redo. So, okay, so there's the first one. I'm going to peel that blue painter's tape, and I'm going to peel this back, and then I'm going to dry this really quickly. I'm just putting this on the edge of my nonstick surface, the transfer, so it's out of the way. I'm going to dry this really quickly. I'm going to return it to room temperature. It doesn't take long, and you can see it changing color. Okay, all right, so it's dry already. I'm going to take this, and I really wish the stem was longer. Maybe we'll just go like this. Okay, so we'll do one really diagonal like that. And then we'll figure out the rest. We might have to splice the stem together. Let me think about that while I'm doing this. Okay, so you can do several images with a silkscreen. You just need to make sure you're doing this quickly and not letting it dry in your silkscreen, because each time that you apply it, this stuff stays in there and your image isn't quite as good each time. Okay, let me dry that. Return it to room temperature. It's blowing air right now. Okay, and something that may bug me is that there's a little bit of a gap, but I'm trying not to let that bug me. Okay, so I wonder, I am going to use blue painter's tape and cover up the leaves, and we're going to make a long stem. So I'm doing this off camera, but you'll see it in a moment. Sorry, I wish my area was bigger. I just want to get the stem part. So I'm putting blue painter's tape on the leaves. You'll see it in just a second. I want to make a long stem coming up, and I don't want to get those leaves. So we are improvising. Almost there. Okay, so what I did was I just put blue painter's tape here so that I can make this longer. I am only going to push down right here, and I'm going to grab a multi-tool. I can see that this is at a diagonal right there. I am going to cover this up. What we're trying to do is make a longer stem because we have one sunflower that's going to be at the top. I'm grabbing a multi-tool, and I'm sure this is going to work. I am just going to do the stem part, not the leaves. And then I'm going to dry that. And then we'll do leaves up there. Okay, so just did the stem. So we have a stem going up. And you know what? It's all wonky, and I like that, actually, because that is how stems could be. So I'm just drying it so I can put the next part up there. I have it on just air right now, returning it to room temperature. Okay, so now I'm going to peel off the blue painter's tape, and we are going to splice this onto here. And you know what? We're not going to do this left leaf. We're only going to do this top leaf here. We're going to start, I'll use my multi-tool, and we will just start and do this area. Sorry if my head is in the way. Bigger projects are more difficult, but I really wanted you guys to see this. I didn't want to just show you the finished product. So if my head's in the way, I apologize. I have a big head. Okay, so that's what we wanted. We wanted one longer one. And I'm not worried that it doesn't have a stem, because every leaf, we don't always have that on every one of our stems. There's not always a leaf. So we're going to dry this. And that may not even show. Okay, so we're drying that, and then we're going to do our sunflowers. So I need to move this. And we'll bring that back. Okay, so these are our sunflowers, and I have cut them out of wood. I used my laser. I cut them out of wood. That is what we do for one of our businesses. That is what we do. And then I have our 2 sunflower transfers. So what I need to find first is how this lines up, because I hand traced this. So the thing to look for is this little quirky thing right here. Where is that? I'm still looking for it. Sorry. Okay, I think it goes like that. Well, maybe I should just pull this off. So we're going to wax this. We are going to wax this. I'm going to make sure that I get all of these perfect before I lay them down on it. I will figure this out. And actually, it is... Okay, so this is the... I know why it's being difficult. This is the inside. This is the outside. This is what I traced. I traced the outside. And then I scanned it in. And I converted it into a cutting file for our laser. So this is what I need to be lining up. Okay, just like that. Perfect. Okay, so that is how it needs to go. This is how it's going to go when this part goes on there. So this is like that. So this is going to fit right like that. So see this little area that kind of goes over? That is going to be just like that. We're going to do 3 of these. So we're going to take our transfer off. We're going to fuzz it. It's been used a couple of times, but we're going to fuzz it. I have waxed the surface. Okay. And we're going to do 3 of these in a row. So I am going to line this up just like that. And when you cut stuff out of wood, it is always risky that you may not get exactly the shape. That is why I base coated it, because it's going to fill in that back area. So I'm fine with that. We are going to use our light buttermilk. Actually, it is not light buttermilk. That's the color of the paint. This is buttermilk. So we're going to do our undercolor in buttermilk, and then we're going to do the border around it. We're going to do that with our bumblebee. Sorry, I had to think for a second. Okay, so this was not all the way down, so my image underneath may not be perfect, but I am not going to stress that. We're just going to go with it. You are just going to spread this and squeegee off the excess, and then move on to the next one. So the outline is going to take care of a lot of that if there's a little boo-boo. All right, I don't want to set that down on there. I'm going to set this down on my lid. I'm going to clean up my messiness right there. I'm going to pull my transfer. Okay, so there's my underneath. All right, I'm going to set that to the side, and I need to do 2 more. So I need to line this up the best that I can. Okay, hopefully I am in the center of here, And I think that I am just going to hold it on the center. It's hard when you do a piece of wood. It wants to move. It doesn't have anything on the outside to hold it. A lot of people will chalk their design and then they will cut it out, but I am able to cut it out beforehand with my laser, so that is what I do. So I'm just spreading it through all of my transfer here. Then I'm going to pull this. Getting messy, nothing new about that. I am a messy crafter. Okay, so that's going to go to the side. We're going to do one more, and then this is going to go into my water bath. So I am just getting this all lined up here, and I'm going to press it down. I'm going to hold it. I know part of the problem is that I just don't have any surface on the outside to adhere this to. It's not adhering to my surface underneath because it's a non-stick surface. So I am just holding it from the center and I am spreading out. So you would not have to cut these out of wood. You could just chalk this directly onto your board. That would be fine. I just thought it would be cute to have dimension. So that is what I'm doing. And I missed an area right there. So as you're pulling it, you can check and see if you got all of your areas. If you didn't, then lay your transfer back down and try again. Okay, so there we go. Next. Okay. So I'm going to dry this. And I'm going to get some of my tools here out of the way, put them into my water bath. And I'm going to crash. All right, that was good. Crash, boom, bang. All right. Sorry, guys. It's real life. I have stuff around here. I just bumped into something. So, sorry about all that noise. Everything's fine. Dogs are fine. It is real life. That is my life. Okay, I'm going to dry this. At least it was not the camera falling, right? It was simply another window frame. I'm going to return this to room temperature. Okay. All right, so make sure that they are cool, and then we're going to do the details. So this could be a challenge also because it doesn't have a lot to adhere to. So we are gonna fuzz it one time. I actually it doesn't feel that sticky. We're not gonna fuzz it. Use your judgment. You will get to know if you need to do it or not. So this is going to be done with Bumblebee. And I just need to line this all up. Boy, I am messy. Good thing this stuff just washes right off. All right, so you're just going to line this up here. And it does not line up perfectly with my image. I'll tell you why, because I am not a perfect tracer with my stuff on my laser. So do the best that you can and be happy with that. I know it's great to strive for perfection, but don't ever beat yourself up over it not being perfect. It's unique. I tell people all the time with handcrafted stuff that they're all going to be different. It is unique. It is yours. It is one of a kind, and that is okay, because you wouldn't want them to all be the same, would you? Just like people, we are all different. So, ka-ching. I went my phone, sorry. Gosh, those notifications. That was an Etsy sale. We sell on Etsy. We have 2 Etsy stores. Actually, we have 3. Okay, so I just haven't done much with the 3rd one, which is finished product for Couture. So I haven't done a lot with that, but we do wedding stuff and we do Christmas ornaments. Okay, so there is our little sunflower. There's one. Okay, and here we go with the next one. All right, so I'm just gonna line it up. Okay, and I'm just going to spoon some more of this on there. So we need 3 flowers. So that's what we're doing. And we are just going to spread it out, smooth it out. We're going to peel the transfer. These are all going to be glued onto the board. We're going to use just a regular craft glue. And the little dots in the center, I'm going to go back and do all those in brown with brown paint because I really don't like them just plain. Okay, all right, so there's that one. And you know what? I'm okay if it's off in the back, that's okay. We're good. This is just our creation. However it turns out is fine. It does not have to be perfect. Do not stress. You could do 10 of these in a row and they are all going to be a little bit different. And you know what? Your customers will love that. Your friends, whoever you give a gift to, will love that they are all different. So I'm just spreading from the inside out so that I don't pull my transfer to the side because it's not sticking real well underneath. It does not have anything to stick to on the sides. You would not have this problem if it was on a flat board. You would just be able to squeegee it. So if I pull out instead of over into the side, then it's going to work better. Okay, all right. So I'm going to peel that. Okay, so that one actually is the best one of them all. I'm going to put this into my water bath. I'm going to clean up my mess. And take a little Clorox wipe. I'm going to wipe up my mess because I'm going to lay my big window back down on here. We're going to glue these on. So I am not concerned that some of the paint, the chalk paste, old habits. I am not concerned that some of the chalk paste came up because I can put that one underneath and no one's going to see that part. So what I wanted to show you was doing the dots with the brown, but let me dry these really quick. Okay, and for the sake of time, I'm only going to do one, and I'm just going to show you how easy it is. You're going to take your paint, and this is just a brown color of acrylic paint from the craft store. You're going to take a paintbrush or something that has a round tip, and you are going to do your dots. And all you do, this one's still a little bit damp. I'm going to use one that is not damp. All of them need a little bit more drying. Let me dry it a little bit more. Okay, they're still damp, and I don't want to put the paint onto that because I don't want it to start bleeding. So let's try it just a little bit more. Okay, so you can tell if you feel moisture, it's not dry. All right, so I am going to do this one, and this is our one that turned out pretty much the best of all of them. You're going to take your paintbrush. It's called dip dots. You're going to dip it in there, and you are going to make dots. And you can do, with one paintbrush, you can do like 3 dots usually. So you dip it in there, and then you're going to do multi-sizes. Depends on which sizes you do, how many dots you can do. You're just filling all these little holes because I feel like there either should have been another transfer for this, or you should paint your backboard this color. And a lot of times when you are doing this on a black surface on a chalkboard, then these are black, but we're not doing that. So we are doing these 3-dimensional, And I just want to, and I got a little bit down here. Not gonna worry about that. Just gonna move that off of there. I'm gonna take my Clorox wipe and I'll get that real quick. So be careful as you're doing your dots not to drip it onto your other surface. Don't be like me. So this is how easy it is, but I'm not going to do all of them. I'll show you the finished product. I will take a picture and I'll post it down in the comments area or on the front of, what I'll do is I'll post it when I upload this to YouTube. Okay, so then you're just going to wipe the end of your paintbrush. You can see we've done this many times with many colors. This is our way to do our little dots. I'm just going to get that off of there just like that. Okay, so these guys are going to get moved to the side and we're going to bring our big window back. And then I'll show you what we're going to do. So we have our window that we made before, and now we're going to fit our sunflowers on here. So they are just going to go however they fit. Okay, and they're, see this one at the back I was worried about. I'm glad I just did a long stem because it really is not going to show. That's going to go like that, and then this is going to go up at the top just like that. And that is going to be our little creation. Once I get these dots in here, that is going to make it stand out. So what you'll see is that I had a little piece of cedar wood and I put that underneath. You can use anything that you have. I just put a little piece under there. I will glue those on, and then I will seal this, and we will take this to our craft show this weekend and sell it. So that's how you make one of these guys with cutouts. Make it a little bit 3D, give it a little more color, and if you wanted to, you could go back and touch up these edges. I actually like that it has the little white border. It's fine for me. I am not concerned about that. So, all right. Well, that was a long one. Sorry. I like showing you how to do these things. I could have just posted the finished product, but it's kind of fun to see how this all works, how it all goes. And if you have questions, just post them below because I do go back and I read all of the comments. I don't do my YouTubes live because I like to be able to edit and add pictures, and if I need to stop and do something else because they're usually long, then I can. So if you have questions, just leave me a message below. If you're interested in Chalk Couture, I will leave my website there. You can go take a look at all the product, or if you're interested in joining, that link will be there also. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Oh, my camera is wonky. And it was probably that way the whole time. Oh my goodness. All right, sorry guys, but hey, you know what? Life, that's life. Have a good day.